What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got a debuting team. Video Drew and Rick Hong, aka Cuckoo's Mess, taking on some familiar foes, the Real Rejects. We haven't seen them around for quite some time, so I'm thinking they're probably want to make a big statement in the new year. But I gotta go with Cuckoo's Mess. I'm ride or die for Video Drew. She's a great person. It was incredible meeting her at the Brooklyn event. Really nice individual. But let's get this match started.
Congratulations to Dan Merle. You deserve that title. The main event for the championship, Ben the Boss Bateman defends his title against Dangerous Dan Merle. One of the biggest fights we've had in a long, long time. Easily Ben Bateman's hardest test he's ever had. The undercard is great. Alex Damon, Star Wars champion, going for his first Inter-Geekdom match ever against Emily Rose Jacobson.
So I'm coming for that belt someday.
I know what I have to do. I know how I want to end this season, so Atlanta's in my sights. This is amazing. Who got these?
Nah.
You asked me to be here. That was a trick question. Great hair.
Thank you.
Exfoliant? You using exfoliant?
No, just yak's milk.
Cool. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Where's the yak? Where's that from? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, there's a lot of things I like about you.
Me too.
Your hair being number one. It goes with the whole persona. But I was in Siberia, and I was like, you know what? Came across chinchilla. I was like, you know what? I got this for somebody. And a great man once wore this.
Who is that man?
It's unimportant right now. Alright? I'm doing the question asking here.
Yes.
Here's the deal. I want to give this to you. How does it smell? Good?
It's nice.
Good. You're supposed to wear it, but I mean, if you feel like petting it and biting it,
It's nice.
it's cool. It's chinchilla. It's the highest grade chinchilla too.
Silky smooth.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me eat this melon. All right. All right. Well, all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Work on that entrance music. What a match we have today as Ken Knapsack gets his liquids in order. It's the Real Rejects versus the Cuckoo's Mess.
Oh, it's a play on words.
Am I reading that right?
The famous motion picture. Yeah, this is a new team, Mark. This is a very new team.
Cuckoo's Mess is new.
Cuckoo's
Real
Mess
Rejects been here for
not
years.
Not new. Sometimes it seems like it, but they're two talented competitors looking for a big break.
Yes, they are. One of them peed on stage last year, the free-for-all. So we'll see if there is any sort of urination that takes place on this stage. Hopefully not, Ken.
Right.
What we are rooting for, what we want to see, is two factions being represented ably by their teams and a lot of correct points scored. When you look at Real Rejects, I don't think that their 1-5 lifetime record accurately reflects the joy, the frivolity, and some correct answers that they've brought to the movie trivia Schmoedown in their time.
Yeah, 1-5. I keep score at home. I'm looking at that. Wow, that is great. Hey, season 7 is about these factions, about these teams.
It's a new era.
It's about the bigger competition as well as the competition going on in these individual matches here. And you got two factions here that we're trying to get a handle on and see what they're going to bring in this new season. The Mouthy Mercs is led by Koi Jean-Jo, who is
a noted stand-up comedian.
He's got a 1-hour special coming out next week, I heard, right? He's so great. No, Koi's a great guy who has a great reputation in this league.
A lot of energy.
A lot of energy. He is a great legendary speed round fighter in another world.
Good hair.
Can he bring that to great hair? And let me tell you, he can do a push-up like a champion. And he's coming. He's in control now. He's got this faction. What kind of manager is he going to be? What kind of leader? What kind of mentor is he going to be? And can he take this team, the Real Rejects, which you mentioned, lifetime record of 1-5? You could write them off, but we've seen individual performances from Greg, from John over the time. Remember that that free-for-all a bit ago with John, just kind of taking the whole thing by storm. Can Coy get them to the next level?
That's right, because you look at these guys, I don't think that their record reflects their talent, and maybe they just need that manager to Lombardi him a little bit, to crack down on him, to Bill Parcells him, to get in their head and get the best out of them. On the other side of the ledger, what are we looking at? You talk about a Cuckoo's mess. You're looking at Kaiser and the Dungeon. That speaks for itself.
Absolutely. Kaiser, what a year he had last year. I don't like the guy. He smells like a strip club on a Saturday morning when it's not open yet. And I try to get along with him. We talk baseball every once in a while. His pops was a hero of mine, throwing out.
Big fan of his family. It's just
the family name, the family crest. He himself, I don't know, but you gotta respect him. You gotta respect whatever goes on in that dungeon. Something's happening because they are turning out champions, and now he brings a new team. This is what the draft did. This is what that nuclear option was intended to be. We had Video Drew. She's made an impact in this league. She is, a lot of people, at first you didn't know what to think of her. Like, who is this? What is this? Is a character?
Did she build Tom?
Did she build Tom in some kind of laboratory? Well, they were a great team. Now they're apart. She's got a new partner here making his Schmoedown debut.
And this Rick Hong guy, do not sell him short, because anytime I go to any sort of movie premiere, any sort of junket, anytime I decide to hang outside of a theater and sell kids drugs, Rick Hong is there, and he's studying movie. The guy is, day and night, he lives, breathes, and eats this stuff.
Yeah, it's not the first time I got a call saying Mark's in jail, he needs help. So I definitely...
2013 was a lifetime ago.
It was a long time ago. We were still good Schmoedown competitors back then. Rick, a newcomers can sometimes be overlooked, but like you said, he's got knowledge.
We'll stop talking, and we'll let the competitors and their managers speak for themselves right now.
Well, we found some new friends since you last seen us. Ever since I laid eyes on Video Drew, I thought to myself, this is a woman that could teach me things. Things about black magic, shape-shifting, and more importantly, where to find a good taxidermist.
Oh, down the street in Burbank.
Drew Grant. Oh, Drew Grant.
And that's why I went out and traded Captain Crunch to get this national treasure into the dungeon.
And I remember when people had to go get their amazing talent the old-fashioned way by digging them up in a graveyard.
So, Tom, how are you feeling about today's match? Tom?
So what would that do? I mean, how would you be able to function? It seems like you two are pretty tied to each other, no? Yeah, that's not going to happen.
So we're facing off against the Real Rejects. A couple of dicky-doos who look like they got caught in a spin cycle with Cheech and Chong and Billy Eyelash.
Haha, oh, burn.
No one takes this show more seriously than us.
Are we back?
Greg Alba.
Oh,
Greg Alba has been selected.
A man who was touted as having the entrance of the year lost out to Mr. John Roca. I get why he was awarded that. It's like, did he do work to earn that award?
We're now the Cuckoo's Mess. We're so very happy to be part of the new dungeon faction with our friend Kaiser Soze. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was blah, 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 blah.
These are two players that I saw independently slay, and then I saw as a team slay, and I think every single member of the faction, they're all really good individuals, but they're really impressive as a team. What the Mouthy Mercs represent is very X-Force-like. They're all good in their individual issues, they're all good on their solo runs, but as X-Force, unstoppable.
We're so excited. We made it to the semifinals last time against our bad opponent, Shazam. Boo, boo, boo. Now we're excited for Season 7 with all the new friends, the new Toms, and the new whoever. Back to you.
Video Kaiser.
and I mean, you see that Rick the Ruler hung. Are you kidding me? That's it. We're coming with a little bit of gusto here, paired with Video Drew. I like what the Cuckoo's mess is about. The fact that they're managed by Kaiser, I'm willing to overlook it.
Yeah, you know, Kaiser, he's got a way with words. He's still talking. That promo is still going in his head.
That poor toothpick.
Yeah, and, you know, Coy, I like the optimism he's bringing with the real
He
Rejects.
sleeps, I heard, 2 hours a day.
That's true. He looked at The Rock, only sleeps 4 hours a day. He says, I'm going to beat that dude, do 2 hours better.
You open up Coy, you see what's inside him. It's just a gerbil on a wheel, and it never stops for water. Ken, we should probably go to the tail of tape of this one, don't
That's
you think?
right.
Are these people good at anything?
These people are good at things. Real Rejects, their strengths include comic book movies. That's a very key skill to have. Also, skills include miscellaneous and mixed bag. The potpourri of the Schmoedown world. On the other side, Cuckoo's mess. It was a little cagey when I went over to ask what their strengths were.
What happened?
Kaiser told me to get the hell out of here, and I gotta tell you, going on past things, rom-coms, and Kaiser said any movie with roadkill in it.
It sounds like a very specific genre, but one that maybe we have a wheel slice for in this new era. Ken, I'm feeling pretty good about everything. I think the ship's in order. You ready to go here?
Sir, I am ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Yeah!
Introducing first. Representing the Mouthy Mercs, being led to the ring by their manager, Coy Jandreau, with a career record of 1 win and 5 defeats. Bang. John, the Real Reject.
Look at all.
What is
The Mouthy Mercs has shown up.
here?
Mark Hanopic, Haley Phelps, the kid, Brendan Meyer, William Bibiani, and a sweet new Tiger Jacket, all masked.
This is out of some sort of nightmare.
I think we're being robbed by the Joker in the Dark Knight.
Absolutely.
I just want to say a senior citizen player stole my Entrance of the Year award last year. This award season.
Wait a
I
minute.
decided to steal his outfit this time around.
Greg he's making reference to John
how's that?
Roca.
Wait, there's John Roca's actually here.
There's Roca right there.
Listen, I'm not taking crap from a guy still wearing Soul Glow in 2019 on his hand. For God's
After
sake,
the hair.
give me that hat. Give me that mask.
John, you should understand my irrational reactions are based off of how you usually behave in this show. That's just where my bitterness behavior has come from today.
Then maybe someday you'll win 4 titles, Greg.
That's
John
what we're
Roca. Feeling good after that documentary currently available on the Schmoedown Patreon.
And their opponents, representing the Dungeon, and being led to the ring by their manager, Kaiser, Video Drew, Rick, the Ruler, Hog, the Cuckoos, Biz.
There's Video Drew and Rick Hogg. This is some sort of Cuckoo's mess indeed. It seems like there's some sort of prison hamburger theme going on.
He's got Harloff's name written on his bandana there.
He's got an iPad.
He's got an iPad.
He's got a baby.
Tom, you've changed.
The pass van's coming to pick you when he gets up in about 15 minutes. Take you back to Area 51.
Right, so to run.
Kaiser doing a great job fresh off his community theater performance as the Shadow. Thank you, Video Drew. So we have the Cuckoo's Mess and Real Rejects finally sat here at the table. Your managers have taken their places. So now it's up to me to read you the rules of round at number 1. Yes, there are rules in this show. In round number 1, the field of competitors is going to hear 8 questions. These are 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Each question is worth 1 point. This is the team format, but you may not rely on your teammates' knowledge in round at number 1. It's an individual exercise of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Every point you accrue will be added to your team's total. As soon as we ask you by name after about 15 seconds to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to the camera. At the same time, you verbalize the answer into the microphone. Each team has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question right, you want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used by your managers at any point throughout the 3-round match. Ken, the majority of those rules were read while Rick, the ruler Hong, was talking on the phone, or a baby.
Haha, Tom remembers how to play it. We did this last season.
Look, Video Drew has been updated.
I don't want to be the one to tell her. It's not my job.
We'll keep it up here on the answer desk.
Okay.
And I will simply ask the teams, the Cuckoo's mess, are you ready to go?
Baby's ready.
Oh, good enough for me. Real rejects. That's a yes. It's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown!
3 rounds to a finish.
Have the car waiting, Ken.
Absolutely. The Camry never shuts off. It can't.
Have at it, sir.
All right. Question 1. You got 8 coming. This is the first one in the category of action/adventure. Action-adventure. What 2010 action film stars Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, and Helen Mirren? Can you say that Willis
It actually came out in
stars
2009,
anything more? Just show up to set and
but
his
it's
camera
red.
happened to be rolling.
Stars in a box outside of 7-Eleven.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We pens down. Looking for answers starting with Rick. Red indeed it is, Mr. Alba.
Red.
Red it is. Video Drew.
R-E-D, red.
That is correct. John.
Red.
Red it is.
Oh, Video Drew wants to play?
Video Drew is now in a mass.
All right, so it is inexplicably these characters got the question right, 2-2. We move on to crime movies, and the question is: Brad Pitt plays an Irish gypsy or pikey in what 2000 crime film?
Brad Pitt, 55 years old now?
Yeah, you see those abs
Yeah.
when he's fixing the roof.
In a movie? No, I've just
got
this, Rick.
seen him through his
Yeah, I
bedroom
believe in
window.
you.
5, 4,
Sorry, what was that?
3,
I believe in Rick.
2,
Sorry?
1.
Believe in Rick.
Pens are down. Pens are down. We're looking for answers starting with Greg.
Snatch.
Snatch it is. We got a point there. Video Drew.
You got gags? Snatch.
Snatch it is. John.
Snatch.
Snatch. Oh, but Devil's on. We got a miss. We got a miss.
Bad baby!
That's it. Perfect. Cuckoo's mess.
That's a great movie.
Blaming
All
all
right.
baby. I'm not sure that's the case.
This is great. I feel like I went to my friend's improv show. Here we go. Question 3 in the category of dramas. Who stars as Whitey Bulger in the crime drama Black Mass?
This does feel like a Tuesday afternoon, like an improv group came to an old folks' home to entertain us.
Are we the old folks?
I think we are, bud.
Well, bring me my insure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We need answers starting with Video Drew.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, indeed. We got one for Cuckoo's Mess. All right, we got it right. Rick.
Johnny Depp.
We got an answer, Mr. Greg Alba.
The highly respected Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Yep.
We move on to movie quotes. Movie quotes is the next category. The question: What 80s film is known for the line "Greed, for lack of a better word, is good"? A mantra that the knapsacks live by.
That's me at a Del Taco menu at 2 in the morning, so definitely.
Wall Street.
You had their turkey.
Always. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens are down. Look for answers starting with John.
Wall Street.
We got that one correct. Rick.
I touched the system, how it works.
Wall Street.
That's right. Greg Alba.
Yeah, Wall Street. Yeah.
We got it. Video Drew.
Wall Street.
Oh, she got it there. Everybody looking pretty good, except for Rick. Everyone else has got a question right there. So, got every question right.
You're doing good, Rick.
All right, question 5. Question 5 comes in the category of fantasy/sci-fi, fantasy/sci-fi. Who plays the android David in Prometheus?
If you had an android, what would you name it?
Janine.
Yeah, Janine would be the answer. 5.
As she's writing down the answer.
Oh, freak. Why am I blanking on his name? Ian McKellen. Oh, shit. It's Magneto. Why am I blanking on his name? Hold on. Clear your head. Michael Fassbender. Michael Fassbender. I almost spaced on him.
3, 2, 1. Pens are down. Look for answer. Start with Rick.
Michael Fassbender.
You are correct, sir. Mr. Alma.
Michael Fassbender.
Remains perfect. Video, Drew.
Michael Fassbender.
We got a perfect round so far for her. And
Michael Fassbender.
there we go. 10 to 9.
And we're looking at perfect rounds so far.
Perfect round.
From each and every competitor, with the exception of Rick. Please don't take that out on your baby. Please do not take that out. Please.
It's okay, Rick. Tom.
Your next category is the world of comedies. And comedy. Who co-stars with Ben Stiller as Hutch in 2004's Starsky and Hutch?
Oh, wow.
I remember this movie was coming out. Everybody was like, "Can you believe this is going to be the best
Owen
thing ever?"
Wilson.
And then it was like,
Yeah, I remember when the TV show was actually going on there. That's how old I am.
Do you really?
78 now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens are down. We'll look for answers starting with Greg Alba.
Oh, wow. Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson indeed.
Owen Wilson behind the mask.
Can you guys understand what these people are saying?
Barely.
Can't hear it. Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson
There we
indeed.
go.
Remains perfect. John. All
Oh,
right. And Rick.
And for God's sakes, man, they're hand towels.
Owen Wilson. We got that down. All right. Everyone is perfect so far, other than the one that Rick.
Well, perfect's a very strong word to describe these competitors.
This is
Hey,
true.
we're here for the right reasons. We got a day pass.
That is expensive pass to get. Question 7 comes in the category of horror/thriller. Horror/thriller. What 2017 horror film stars Jaden Lieberher, Finn Wolfhard, and Sophia Lilith? And a hushed silence over this crowd that doesn't know why they're still here.
That's right, they're
It.
catching their collective
5,
breath.
4, 3,
Believe it's
2.
it.
We got one repeat there. JT rule. What 2017 horror film stars Jaden Lieberher, Finn Wolfhard, and Sophia Lillis?
I think it is.
Actors could just
What's that?
Jaden Smith.
It's like parents
Finn
just
Jones.
John Smith.
Yeah.
Fine
Come on.
name.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens are all down. We're looking for answers starting with Video Drew.
This is from the future, but turn.
That is incorrect. Incorrect. No longer perfect there. John.
It.
It.
Chapter 1.
That is right. Remains perfect. And Rick.
It.
It. Chapter 1 indeed. Rick.
I just put it. Do I have to put chapter 1?
Nope, you got it.
You got it. You got it.
All right, so 2 perfect rounds remain, and they're
perfect
both
rounds.
on the side of the real rejects.
Yes, indeed. All right.
I tried to block out my childhood.
That's fair.
Your last question. All right, we might have a challenge, as I suspected. Okay. So the challenge is in. Keep in mind, each team has one challenge to be used. So the challenge is that it is It, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, or what is the name of the film. So we'll be right back with our ruling. We are back, and we have made our ruling. The film It came out, and it was called It. It is known as It. There is an It Chapter 2, but It Chapter 1 or It by itself are perfectly acceptable. So the
I
challenge
just wanted
is
to word the
overruled,
challenge.
and Cuckoo's... Again, please do not take that out on the baby. That is take it out on your manager, not the precious child.
That
We
was
do
not
move on
a
to
good
animated
challenge.
movies now. Now that the Real Rejects still have their challenge, the Cuckoo's Mess no longer has a challenge. The Real Rejects can also solidify a perfect round number 1 if they get this last question correct. For the floor,
Animated is our strongest category.
it is the world of animated movies drawn by hand or on a computer. The question, what 1998 DreamWorks animated film tells the biblical story of Moses?
Oh, All right, love that year. 1990. That's the year I moved to Los Angeles.
That's right. And if Kaiser wants, I can find the specific chapter in the Bible that Moses is.
Yeah.
I believe it's Genesis? Exodus?
4.
Bible chapter 1.
3.
I have no idea, but I think this movie came out in 98, The Emperor's New Groove.
3, 2,
The Bible, part 4.
All right, pens are down. Answer starting with John.
The Prince of Egypt.
He keeps his perfect round. Rick on. Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt.
All right, Mr. Alba.
Prince of Egypt.
Video Drew.
Jeff Goldblum's in it. Prince of Egypt.
Yes, he
Prince
is.
of Egypt. Look at that. Look at that. We got a 16-14 game, but Mark, 2 perfect competitors, both on the same team.
2 perfect rounds from John and Greg, respectively, the real rejects. So in the bonus question, it gets administered. Managers, if I can ask you to not consult with your team until after the bonus question is
I just
administered.
wanted to tell him don't let Jay and Silent Slob get in his head. That's all. He's new at the game.
That's great.
I've been complimentary towards Rick.
This is going to be treated as a normal round 1 question because it is asked to 2 people. Please write down your answer on the whiteboard. Once we ask you by name, then reveal your answer. Ken, you're ready.
All right, your bonus question, John, Greg. Who played Mouth in The Goonies? A lot of mouth today, get it?
I long for the days of this mouth in The Goonies from the 1980s.
They were supposed to
hope you
clean
got
it
it,
up
John.
around these parts.
3, 2,
Get it, John.
1. Hands down, we go to Greg.
I haven't seen the Goonies ever. Josh Brolin.
Incorrect. Does John have it?
Jerry O'Connell?
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
That was my second. We're still doing fine, John.
All right.
Corey Feldman.
Let's keep it moving. We have to be back by 6.
All right, so
Second round.
as the teams swap places and align with
Tom, over
their
here.
squads, we move on to the wheel round. This is round number 2. And Ken, it is known as the wheel round because there's 12 wedges on that wheel. You have opponent's choice and spinner's choice, and 10 categories of movie trivia, Schmoedown, and know-how, including a slice for the 2000s, which is our sponsored Patreon slice. Shout out to all of our movie trivia, Schmoedown Patreons. If either team spins and keeps the slice of the 2000s, we'll say the name of that patron. Thank you for your support. Each wedge contains 6 questions. Those questions are worth 2 points each. There is no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, the team can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Unlike round number 1, the teammates can confer for each and every round 2 question. And now that we find the teams settled, we look at the real rejects. Although they are seated at the lower-ranked competitor side and they have a 1-5 record, they are 16 points to the Cuckoo's mess, 14 points. So the real rejects can choose. Would you like to spin first or defer to your opponents? Just 2 adults talking in masks.
Ew.
Kiss. Kiss.
Kiss.
Gonna
Kiss.
need an answer.
Kiss.
Looks like they're gonna spin.
We're all winners today.
It looks like they're gonna spin. All right, here comes Alba. Go ahead and spin, sir. At your ready. And here it comes. The spin is about to be in. There it goes. There it is.
Spin is in.
Round and round it goes.
There we go.
Like the all-time great band Rat would say. Round and round.
LA Guns this weekend at some mid-state fair
What
near you.
comes around goes around.
Here we go
That's what
again.
she
I'll tell you why. It is the 2000s, so they want to keep it.
2000.
If they keep it, we say the name of the patron.
There's a lot of anticipation for this here.
That's right.
We're all alive during that period.
All right, they're gonna get it.
hundreds and
Mark,
thousands.
we got
And
a
that
sponsor.
means I get to say the name of our patron. Everybody give a huge shout out to our good friend Sushi Mozumder, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? For
Feeling
Sushi.
wrong.
Thank you for sponsoring the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. If you'd like to be a part of the Patreon and maybe have your name set on an upcoming match, check out the Patreon and select which tier is right for you. As we move into the real rejects, gentlemen, Ken Knapsack will be asking your questions about the 2000s, a decade that saw him fall in love, fall out of love, and stop his dream of being a morning radio DJ.
I am the morning DJ. All right, here we go. At WOLDDD. Harry Chapin, everybody. All right, 6 questions for you, Real Rejects, in the category of 2000 movies. You do have multiple choice. You have 3 of your JT rules remaining here, named after famed Wisconsin film reviewer Josh Tapia. All right.
Hey, Josh.
First question. In what 2007 film does a killer use a cattle bolt gun as his weapon of choice?
Please.
No Country for Old Men?
That is correct.
They took the masks off. They mean business now, Ken.
All right, second question out of 6. What business does Adam Sandler's Longfellow Deeds
Pizza
own
shop.
in 2000's Mr. Deeds?
Pizza shop. Pizza shop.
Little
I
deeper.
knew we should have spinned again.
Little deeper.
Let's do multiple choice.
A, bookstore. B, gas station. C, convenience store. D, pizzeria.
Oh, that sounds good.
Five.
Can you repeat it
4.
again, please?
You can do one repeat of the options without a JT rule. Go ahead.
A, bookstore. B, gas station. C, convenience store. D, pizzeria.
We'll say D, pizzeria.
That's correct for 1 point.
Point. Gary Cooper would be proud. And they find themselves up 5.
All right. Who plays Justin Long's best friend, Sherman Schrader,
We just saw this.
watched this, in the 2006 comedy Accepted?
And we don't know it. No. Yeah, go for it.
Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill's correct for 2 points.
Ask me about my wiener.
Harry Beavis and Butthead Giggly right there.
All right. 4th question. You got 6 in total. What city does Lost in Translation
Tokyo.
take place in?
Tokyo?
That's correct for 2 points. 4 points. Question 5 out of 6. In Avatar, what is the name of the sacred tree of the Na'vi?
Home tree.
That is incorrect for 2 points
What?
still.
It's not Home Tree.
2 points steal for...
Could be a huge steal here,
Yes.
Ken.
We could.
Gonna need an answer.
The mother tree?
Incorrect. Looking for Tree of Souls. Tree of Souls, who I think opened up for the Counting Crows.
Don't shake your head,
95.
Roka.
They were
More
great.
importantly, I don't think this baby's breathing.
Everyone loves Avatar.
All right. Final
Me.
question. Final question in this category of 2000s, sponsored by our great Patreon supporter.
You guys got this.
In.
Thank you, guys. I love your eye thing.
In 50 First Dates, Lucy wakes up every day thinking it is which day of the week?
Oh, man, there's so many choices.
It ends with a Y.
I'm thinking
5.
Thursday.
4,
I'm thinking
3.
Thursday.
Repeat the question, please.
In 50 First Dates, Lucy wakes up every day thinking it is which day of the week?
I'm thinking it's Thursday. Maybe Tuesday. But I think it's
Let's
Thursday.
say Friday.
That is incorrect for 2 points steal.
This could be a big steal here, Ken.
Be important here. Could tie the game. We're not tie the game. Get them closer.
Monday?
Incorrect. We're looking for Sunday.
Oh,
Sunday.
Sunday off.
Sunday.
That was true. You and I can experience the loss of the Redskins and Dolphins every day of our
Every
lives.
day.
And that was the
every day.
theme song of the movie, Sunday Bloody Sunday.
23-14, the Real Rejects find themselves with a 9-point lead, and now the Cuckoo's mess steps up to the wheel and gives it a spin. Drew or Rick or the baby, who's gonna do it?
Video Drew is gonna spin. The spin is in. The spin is in from Video Drew.
Very confused as to whether this baby prop is gonna last past this match. It feels very awkward.
We've got
One of the all-time greats, Denzel Washington. Are we keeping it or are we spinning?
You got this.
Spin again.
Spin again.
All right, a good spin from Drew. Good spin from Drew. All right.
Oh my God, my pulse is pounding.
It's a pulse pounding moment here.
So here comes Coy running in. We know he's the highest energied manager of the current matches. He's running in to talk with the Mouthy Mercs residents.
You can go back.
So Video Drew spinning opponent's choice.
All right.
And now we're going to need an answer from the Real Rejects as to what category they want to saddle the Cuckoo's mess with.
All right, let's get a choice here coming down here, boys. In a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yay!
Someone tell me something soon.
We are going.
All right.
Denzel.
Go with Denzel. We're going to go with Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington.
In the films of Denzel Washington, the Cuckoo's Mess is going to have 6 questions. Each one is worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. Your first question of 6. Who co-stars with Denzel in the John Grisham adaptation of The Pelican Brief?
Julia Roberts.
1, 2, 3. Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Adorable.
This might backfire.
Oh no, 2 points.
Oh, no. You guys are. This is great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your next question. In the film Flight, who plays a drug dealer named Harling who delivers his inventory to Denzel's character in a hotel room?
Damn. I haven't seen it. I know John Goodman's in it.
Multiple choice?
I can provide that. Is it A, William Hurt, B, John C. Reilly, C, John Goodman, or D, William H.
Goodman's
Macy?
in it, but I don't think he's the one. William
Can you
H.
repeat the options again?
I can do that once without use of a JTE rule. Is it A, William Hurt, B, John C. Reilly, C, John Goodman, or
William
D, William H. Macy?
Macy.
B?
That is incorrect. I'm going to give the Real Rejects your multiple choice options for a possible 1-point steal. Is it A, William Hurt, B, John C. Reilly, C,
William
John
H.
Goodman, or D,
Macy.
William H. Macy?
Key 1 point chair, 1 point still
Hold on
clear.
for one more day.
We'll say William Hurt.
That is
Rick.
incorrect.
Good job.
Looking for John.
Oh, thank God.
Neither of us were.
As long as we didn't see
All right, here we go. All right, back to the Cookie.
We fail as a team.
Your third question of 6 in the world of Denzel Washington. Who plays the villainous Dave York, Robert McCall's former partner in Antoine Fuqua's The Equalizer 2?
Ah, I haven't seen that yet.
Multiple choice?
Is it A, Bill Pullman, B, Martin Sakis, C, Pedro Pascal, or D, David Harbour?
David Harbour.
Martin Sokas.
That is incorrect for a 1-point steal. Your options: A, Bill Pullman, B, Martin Sakis, C, Pedro Pascal, D, David Harbour.
A, Bill Pullman.
Pedro Pascal is
Pedro Pascal's in that movie?
Looking for the red
David
Viper.
Harbour was in
What?
it?
Bigger. Why didn't I watch that film?
Pedro Pascal is who we're looking.
Guys, this is mad. This is
He's so-
backfiring on us all.
He's so good.
All right.
He's so good.
Your fourth question
Fourth
of
question.
6. In the world of Denzel Washington, in the film Remember the Titans, Coach Boone gives a speech to his players at the site of what famous wartime battle?
Battle of Gettysburg. Battle of Gettysburg.
Battle.
It's a question for
Gettysburg.
powers beyond.
Another day.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Bull Run, B, Antietam, C, Yorktown, or D, Gettysburg?
Yorktown.
That is incorrect.
Gettysburg.
Your options
Eliminated.
included Gettysburg, and that is the correct answer.
Denzel!
It's the mask shot.
24 to 16.
All right.
And an excitable bunch of Real Rejects, but I would put the champagne on ice for now because the Cuckoo's Mess still has 2 questions in the world of Denzel Washington.
Yep.
They can have the lead.
Okay.
The current is 8 points for the Real Rejects.
Yeah.
Your next question. Penultimate in this round. Denzel Washington starred in what 90s film which features supporting performances by Viggo Mortensen, James Gandolfini, and Steve Zahn? That's the sound of my ride arriving.
Tonight I'm the hose. 5, 4, 3.
Multiple?
They probably heard about the baby, Rick.
This thing is... It's not breathing. I'm just going to be honest.
Take me away.
You wanted multiple choice?
Multiple choice.
Yeah, let's
Your
go
multiple choice options are, is it A, Crimson Tide, B, Ricochet, C, Fallen, or D, The Bone Collector?
Can we get a repeat of the question?
Be your second one? Yes.
That's a JTE rule. Denzel Washington starred in what 90s film, which features supporting performances by Viggo Mortensen, James Gandolfini, and Steve Zahn?
Fallen?
Crimson Tide?
That's a point. That's a point for the Cuckoo's Nest. And you know, Ken,
Video
you gotta
just
get
really
these
loves the
points
movie
and not
Fallen.
let the
It's
real
not
reject
bad.
steal them.
All right, yeah, that keeps him in the game.
All right, we have arrived at the last question in round number 2.
Thank God.
You and me both, kid. In the world of Denzel Washington films, what 2012 film stars Denzel Washington and Ryan Reynolds?
It's, shit. I own it.
Rick the Ruler.
Safe House. Safe
The
House.
multiple choice, please.
Safe
All right,
House.
you provide that. Is it A, Safe House, B, Two Guns, C, Unstoppable, or D, Chaos Theory?
Safe House. Safe House.
A.
Damn it.
It is A, Safe House. 24 to 18, Cuckoo's Nest, not their strongest round. They did spin opponent's choice.
Right.
They were saddled with Denzel Washington, a category that they spun away from Ken, yet they find themselves only trailing by 6 going into round
Look,
3.
you hung with that opponent's choice, and that's what you come up with. Get a good round.
Hey, we're all winners here.
I think that's a good round going in 3. They do got some work to do here in the final
long as
round.
I-
Yes, they do, because the final round will determine the winner of today's match. The Cuckoo's Mess, excuse me, emphasis on the mess, is currently trailing by 6 points. That can be made up quickly because there's a total of 10 points that can be won in round at number 3. Here's how we determine that. Each team is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. We need 3 numbers from each team. Those numbers correspond to a different corner of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Your first question is worth 2 points. Next one's worth 3 points. The last one is worth 5 points. This is the team format, and so as soon as we tell you what the category for the 2-point question is, the team will have to decide which member is going to answer that question. The opposite team member has to answer the 3-point question. Both questions must be answered solo, independent of your teammate. You may only confer for the 5-point question. Real Rejects.
Yes.
You are enjoying a 6-point lead going into round number 3.
Enjoy it.
What 3 numbers from 1 to 20 feel lucky, gentlemen?
I'm going to choose 2 and 12 in honor of my girlfriend's birthday that's coming up.
Aww.
Sweet. 2 and 12.
It's very sweet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Nope.
Very sweet.
Reminder that
And
James is hearing
I don't
June
touch
and
my
John.
I'm gonna choose the number 8 because when you flip it sideways, it's infinity.
Oh my God.
Solid.
Not as sweet, but
Holy.
You know, time is a construct, man.
All right, the Cuckoo's Mess. 3 numbers from 1 to 20 that are not 2, 12, or 8.
5,
Yes.
1, 2.
5.
One of those, we
11,
have a 2. We already have
and
a 2.
2 has been 10.
1, this is a 2. 3.
There you go.
5,
5, 1,
1,
and
and
3. 5, 1, and 3.
Cuckoo's Mess, you have some work to do, some ground to make up in the world of 6 points. It's how much you trail the Real Rejects by. You selected number 5 for your 2-point question. That corresponds to animated movies. So between Rick or Drew, who would like to field that question?
Video Drew will take that, please.
Video Drew will take that. And your question for 2 points. What Disney villain has blue flames for hair?
It's a guy from Hercules, but I don't know his name. He was voiced by James Woods. I don't know his name though.
5, 4, 3.
Do we have 1
2.
GT left?
Yes, you do,
Can I
Mom.
use it?
Yes, you may.
Please?
JT rule in the world of animated movies, what Disney villain has blue flames for hair?
I don't know his name. He's voiced by James Woods.
Hades?
I mean, yeah.
That is that is 2 points. Here we go. Moving on, we're sticking with the Cuckoo's Nest for their 3-point
Okay.
question.
Yep.
You selected number 1, and this is going to go to Rick the Ruler Hong.
Tom.
Famous actors and actresses is the category. Famous actors and actresses. And your question. What 1987 German film, Wings of Desire, was remade in 1998 with Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan?
City of Angels. City of Angels.
No JT rules left.
City of
We're gonna need an
Angels.
answer in 5, 4,
City of Angels.
2.
City of Angels.
You got it. 3 points. And ever so closer. And
All right.
Ken, we are going to stick with the Cuckoo's mess.
Okay.
Now, to avoid the technical knockout.
That's right.
And to go up by 4 points on Real Rejects. 5-point question. Video Drew and Rick the Ruler may confer.
Okay.
In the world of spy movies, your 5-point question's in the world of spy films. And your question is, which actor plays a character simply called Control, who is the mentor of Gary Oldman's character in Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy?
Christopher Plummer. Christopher Plummer, I believe. Right? Christopher Plummer. Think that's it. Think that's
5, 4, 3, 2.
Colin Firth.
And your winners,
Technical knockout because the Cuckoo's Mess could not conjure the name of John Hurt. Great movie, tough question. Not a whole lot of people saw it, but John Hurt is great as Control in that film. And the Real Rejects were great here today, winning in a technical knockout.
I'll tell you what, 24-23, an entertaining match that's sure to get people talking over there in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook group. A
Check it
lot
out
of things. Yeah, big win for the Real Rejects. 1-5. 1-5 now becomes 2-5, but this is kind of a brand new era, and you gotta take that win and move on.
That's right, and Ken, you see no lack of performance ability from either team, but when it came time to actually answer the questions, I was impressed with both Cuckoo's Mess and Real Rejects. They knew their stuff in round 1. Now, Cuckoo's Mess got saddled with a tough opponent's choice that they did not want in round 2, but they were game for it. They almost came all the way back, couldn't quite get to the top of that mountain.
That's the risk of the wheel round. We always talk about it. You get that first spin. Do you take it? Hoping maybe it's this the best you're going to get. Hope for something big. Life is risk. Sometimes it doesn't pay off there. Denzel Washington did seem to get them. But again, Rick, Video Drew really did show some knowledge here today. And as a team going forward, if Kaiser can really get them into shape in the dungeon, they could do some damage.
Now, if you look at the Real Rejects, like you said, going forward, as far as what this means for the Mouthy Mercs and Coy Jander's squad, that's a big win for Coy, and I'm sure that we talk about him never lacking energy. He might be uncontainable right now after this W. We're going to find out. Jen Sturger, we put you in tough positions before. You're going to have to handle all the energy of these 3 lads.
It was exciting.
Yeah, I don't even know how to start this interview because you guys are just, it's a lot.
Wild berries.
Whoa. We can't say that here.
Okay, never mind.
Wild mercenaries.
Wild mercenaries.
This is how your pre-interview went.
It's gonna be great.
Congratulations, guys. Jesus, you guys didn't bring enough mass. This is becoming a really weird, eyes wide shut party back here. Anyways, the TKO. Honestly, you guys needed this. You needed this after New Year.
You guys.
After no. Well, let's be real. You guys are 2-5. Like, if you guys win your next, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
The optimism that you bring to these two is palpable.
It was all Coy.
I can't say anything back here. It's palpable, okay? But, so you guys can win your next 3, and honestly, you guys could get back on track. How are you feeling about this?
I just hope that I can finally get invited onto the SCN Network show. Is Christian here? I just want him to know I've been busting my ass for 5 years being a fan of the Schmoedown, and I would just really appreciate that invite finally.
Let himself.
Frankly, I've seen horrible things. That's just what he's done publicly.
Well, you've been doing so much. What brings this energy, this newfound winning energy, to the Real Rejects? Is it you? Is it being around Bibiani and the kid? What is it? Is it the magic of Shazam?
Well, I think it's a faction strength. Like, it's really important to me that we have tactics going in as an entire faction, and then individual teams have their strength as well. So we had a plan going into this that was specific to the Real Rejects. And
Which was what, besides upset Roka?
well, it's, I think I want to use it again. You don't tell the winning secrets. So there was some things that worked here that I think will work again for them, but it's also faction-wide certain things we do. And then I knew when I drafted these guys specifically what I wanted out of the Real Rejects, and they played exactly like I wanted. I knew they could be a 2-5 team, and they're gonna be much more than that, and they will be very soon. I knew going into this that a certain amount of perspective, a certain amount of shaping of each of my people is gonna reshape the whole faction, and this is just the beginning, and I'm so proud of how Shazam did. I'm so proud of how these guys did, and I have no doubts with the rest of the faction, and I think it's our team, it's our year.
Can I just add that for Rick's Video Drew did great, but for Rick's first time playing, he was awesome too.
Killing the game and keeping us in suspense at the end.
That's good.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, guys, on starting to find your way back into the win column. We'll see. Question mark? We'll see how this plays out the rest of the season. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen.
Ken, I seem to remember a Washington Redskins squad coached by Marty Schottenheimer starting out 0-5 and then running the table, almost getting to the playoffs. Same with Joe Gibbs in his rookie season. Head coaching was 0-5, and they made it all the way back to 8-8. What does that have to do with Real Rejects? You tell me.
Cameron's Dolphins are still 1-15 and got nowhere, but I'll tell you what I like about what I saw back there is Coy Jandreau is really getting the team aspect together. They all feel like they're having fun. They're together. I don't know if they go to like a Shakey's and sit down and have a team meeting over some, Mojo potatoes or something, but it's working. Big win, new era, great start for Real Rejects.
Coy Jandreau is the glue of that team, and I don't just say that because he is hot and sticky. We now move on to the Cuckoo's mess, who, even in defeat, fought valiantly, entertained a nation, and possibly abused a baby. Jen Sturger, it's all yours.
Oh. What are you doing?
I shook those vagabonds' hands. I don't want to get a whooping cough today.
I don't think that's exactly how that works, but okay. You have to be feeling pretty good about the way these guys performed. Oh, hi, Drew.
Hi, Jen.
Yeah, you gotta be feeling pretty good about how these guys performed today.
Rick the Ruler is in full effect. It was his first match. I'm excited. You know, getting Drew into the dungeon was a priority, and I pulled off that heist. So I'm just looking forward to getting him some study time with the crew, with the rest of the stable, and I think we got something good here, and there's a lot to take away from this match. They're going to be a strong team this year.
And we did such a very, very good job, considering that Tom and I had originally lost to Kaiser's team, Loose Cannons, last season by a considerable more points. So we're really coming up for our first matches.
That's not Tom, babe.
Ha, back to you, whoever.
No, it's not you, Mark.
Nope.
Oh my God, what is happening? Oh, so it's nice to see that you are finding. Okay, I guess again, fine. It's nice to see that you're finding your new way with this new teammate. Is this?
Yeah, well, we are here to make friends, but also win and also find true love. So this season, we just want to say, Jen, please take this rose.
Jen, the force is strong with this one.
Can't fault Jen Sturger for just wanting to get the hell out of there. The Cuckoo's mess, an interesting debut to say the least. Ken, was it an auspicious debut of things to come?
I don't know what happened back there. I think legally Jen just got remarried to another couple.
Yes, I believe she now has a child.
Yeah, look, I trust Kaiser. That's the words I probably should never say.
You gotta give him credit.
Gotta give credit. You know what he did last year? He takes a team like this. It is chaotic energy going on there, and that's an entertaining team. They know things. You know what I mean? They know things. They just need maybe Kaiser to put them on the right path.
We come here to be entertained, and that was certainly the case for us up here at the Answer Desk. Make sure you check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you today, and we have live events just about every month now in a different city. Go to the schmoedownlive.com for tickets. Maybe you'll even see Ken, Why We Love Star Wars knapsack there at a future live event.
Maybe.
That's Ken Knapsack. I'm Mark Ellis on behalf of Christian Harloff. We'll see you real soon at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Well, very entertaining match. Congrats to the Real Rejects getting back in the win column. They played well. And Video Drew, how can you not love her? She's the best. She really is. I love her whole quirky personality. Jen Sturger, her post-match interviews, can't miss. Can't wait to see them all back again in the future. Coy's a really good manager. He's doing some great things. I got to see him up close and personal at the live event in Brooklyn. He knows what he's doing. He's on a mission. Kaiser, he's awesome too. Can't wait to meet everybody next month at the free-for-all. It's gonna be incredible. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, Chris Woodburn83. Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. So until next time, it's your boy C-Dub. Peace.